Part 1. The Pain of Loss. Hey friends, welcome back to JEP, Joy English Podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jamie. Today we're diving into a big one. Everything you lost will be replaced by something better.
Whew, that sounds comforting, but also kinda suspicious when you're crying on the floor in sweatpants eating cereal for dinner.
Oh, absolutely. Like, tell that to me after a breakup when I'm rewatching sad movies and questioning all my life choices.
Right? When you're in the thick of it, whether it's a relationship ending, getting laid off, or some dream totally crashing, it doesn't feel like something better is on the way. It feels like life just punched you in the gut.
And stole your wallet.
And your snacks.
Exactly. But here's the thing. We're not here to throw toxic positivity at you. This isn't about just be grateful or everything happens for a reason nonsense.
Nope. We're here to sit in it with you, to say, yes, this sucks. Yes, it hurts. And no, you're not weak for feeling it.
Because grief is real. You're not just missing the thing, you're missing the version of the future you thought you had. That's a big deal.
Yeah, and sometimes just getting out of bed during that time is a freaking accomplishment.
So before we talk about hope or healing, we're starting here. In the pain, with honesty.
Because pretending you're okay too soon doesn't help. But being real, that's the first step towards something better.
Part 2. Making space for something better. Okay, so we talked about the pain part, but let's move into what happens next, because here's the thing, loss creates space.
Yeah, even if it feels like a wrecking ball at first, sometimes it's just clearing out the stuff that's not really working anymore.
Totally. I mean, I lost a writing gig a while back that I swore was my big break. Like, I was already planning my TED
we had
Talk.
a whole celebration playlist ready.
But it fell through, completely tanked. I was devastated. But guess what? That no pushed me to start my own thing. And now I get to write exactly what I want on my own terms. And it feels aligned.
That's such a great example, because sometimes we're clinging to stuff that doesn't even fit us anymore. It's like trying to wear shoes that used to be cute, but now just give you blisters.
Oof, the metaphor is real.
Right? Life has a way of nudging us, or just flat out shoving us, out of things that are too small for us. But in the moment, it just feels like rejection.
And rejection hurts. But what if it's actually redirection?
Like, maybe the universe isn't saying no to your dream. It's saying, wait, I've got something better in mind.
Something that fits who you're becoming, not just who you were.
So yeah, loss sucks. But sometimes it's the only way we make room for something that actually belongs.
Because you can't receive new things with arms full of what's already expired.
Part 3. Sitting in the in-between. Okay, so let's talk about the part nobody really likes to talk about, the in-between.
This is the space after the loss, but before the blessing shows up. And yeah, it's awkward, uncomfortable, emotionally messy.
It's like being in emotional purgatory. You're not where you were, but you're definitely not where you want to be either. You're just kind of floating in this weird, blurry middle zone.
Right? You've cleaned out the closet, but the new wardrobe hasn't arrived yet. So you're just standing there in your metaphorical sweatpants, wondering who you even are now.
And it's not glamorous. This is not the montage part of the movie where you're getting your life together with a great soundtrack.
Nope. This is the part where you're ugly crying on the bathroom floor, eating cold noodles straight from the container, and saying things like, "What is the point of anything?"
Relatable. But here's the thing. This space, it's actually sacred.
Totally. It doesn't feel sacred when you're in it, but it's the space where real transformation happens. You're being peeled back, stripped of the things you thought defined you.
Yeah, like all the labels you used to wear. Girlfriend, employee of the year, someone who has a 5-year plan. Poof, gone.
And that's terrifying. But also, there's weird freedom in it. You start asking deeper questions, like, who am I now, without all that stuff? What do I actually want, not just what I was chasing?
And it forces you to slow down, to stop performing, to sit still with yourself, even when there are no answers yet.
Exactly. And honestly, that's where you start rebuilding, from a much more honest place. You're not chasing old dreams or trying to prove anything anymore.
You're just being. And for most of us, that's a totally new experience.
It's uncomfortable, for sure. You want clarity, direction, a neon sign that says, here's what's next. But that silence, that pause, it's necessary.
Because without that pause, we just fill the space with more noise. Another job, another relationship, another distraction.
And then we wonder why we still feel empty.
Right? So if you're in that in-between space right now, if you've lost something and you don't know what's coming next, I just want to say you're not broken. You're becoming.
Say that again.
You're not broken. You're becoming.
Can we get that on a t-shirt?
Seriously. Because this part, the waiting, the silence, the uncertainty, it's not a punishment, it's preparation.
You're being reshaped into someone who can hold what's coming. And trust me, when that better arrives, you'll look back and realize you needed this season more than you knew. Part 4. What better really means. Here's the thing. Sometimes better doesn't look the way you expected. It's not always a fancier job title or a hotter, taller, emotionally available partner.
I mean, we love a tall, emotionally available partner. But yes, sometimes better is quieter, softer. Like waking up in the morning and not feeling anxious for the first time in months.
Or finally, having time to breathe, to rest, to think, to just exist without performing.
That's underrated. You lose something and think you need to replace it with something bigger, something that screams success. But sometimes, better means you stop betraying yourself just to keep the peace.
Whew, say that again.
Better means you stop betraying yourself just to keep the peace. Like, how many of us have stayed in situations just to avoid rocking the boat?
Too many. And when you finally leave, it's not that everything's perfect right away, but there's this new space, this new energy, and maybe what fills it isn't shiny, but it's real.
Maybe what fills it is you, your values, your voice, your peace. That's the real upgrade, the soul-level kind.
Exactly. Better isn't always external. It's often internal. Alignment, clarity, freedom. That deep exhale where your body goes, this is right.
So yeah, better might not always impress your Instagram followers, but it will nourish your soul.
And at the end of the day, I'd choose peace over performance any day.
Part 5. Faith, Trust, and Rebuilding. Here's the truth. It takes real faith to believe that something better is coming, especially when everything feels broken.
Yeah, when the pieces are all over the floor and you're like, cool, do I need glue or just a completely new life?
Been there. And it's not about pretending you're okay. It's about holding on to even the tiniest flicker of hope. That little whisper that says, this won't last forever.
You know what helped me? I used to write letters from my future self, like, hey Jamie, I know this hurts right now, but you're going to be okay. What's ahead is more beautiful than you can imagine.
That gives me chills. Because sometimes that vision, just that tiny thread of belief, is what keeps you breathing, keeps you moving.
Exactly. And the cool part is, you're not just replacing what you lost, you're rebuilding, reimagining from the inside out.
Yes, you're creating a life that actually fits you, not the one you were forcing yourself to fit into.
And here's what I believe: nothing real is ever truly lost. If it's meant for you, it either returns in a healthier form or it clears space for something better.
So good. Trusting that is hard, but it's everything. That trust becomes the foundation you build on.
Faith isn't about knowing how it'll work out, it's choosing to believe it will, even when the path isn't clear.
And that belief, that's the start of your comeback story.
Part 6. Thank you. If you're in the thick of it right now, if you've lost something big, I want you to know it's okay to hurt. Let yourself feel it.
And know this, you are not being punished. You are being prepared. Something new is being born from this breaking.
Trust the timing. Let go of what's gone, and allow the next chapter to surprise you.
Because everything you lost, it's either returning, renewed, or being replaced by something far more true.
You're not alone. We see you. We believe in your future.
And the best part? It hasn't even arrived yet.
Thanks for listening to JEP, Joy English Podcast. We'll see you in the next episode.